Hi, I'm Holly. You're watching Enemy. Today we're at Truck Festival and I'm joined by Sam Ryder. How are you, Sam?
What's up, Enemy? What's up, Holly? Lovely to meet you.
You as well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. We literally just arrived and it's boiling.
It is boiling. It is. Are you looking forward to your set today?
Yeah, I'm stoked about it. I just need to find, I think one of your colleagues said she's got some Factor 50, so I'm going to ask to borrow some of that. And yeah, get ready. I think we're on about 7:15 or something like that.
Amazing.
But yeah, well excited. First time here.
Amazing. Dare I ask if you have come back down to earth yet, Sam Ryder?
I don't know. I'm just absolutely riding the joyous wave at the moment. We just played Stand and Calling and Tramlines and Cardiff Castle before that, so it's been like hectic the last 3 days, and there's just been such a lovely vibe in the audience. What's really struck me is like parents with their kids on their shoulders as well, like people enjoying their first festival experience after, you know, such a long time obviously away from that, but it's just kids enjoying like their first live shows, and it takes me back. Like, that's magic. I'm sure you feel the same way, like when you remember back to those times. It's cool, like standing on that stage. Never thought I'd be there in the first place, do you know what I mean? So just gratitude, incredibly stoked and grateful to be here.
Absolutely. I mean, your schedule just seems absolutely jam-packed at the moment. Did you think that this was what was going to come next after Eurovision?
No, 100% not. None of us knew what Eurovision would be. We went there to like do something for the love of Eurovision with no expectation of where we'd come, because that would be foolish really for a UK entrant to ever imagine that they could sort of, I don't know, to go in and to have the results that myself and the team had, but like it was just for fun. And so every blessing that's coming our way at the moment, it's just to be enjoyed, and who knows what will happen next. I don't tend to look too much at the schedule because I want to throw up, but
So most recently you gave the national anthem a very rock twist at the Formula 1 Grand Prix. What was that experience like?
That was bonkers. But like my favourite worlds colliding, like F1 and music, and getting to sing my head off and saying what's up to Lewis afterwards, like dreams, you know what I mean? Like this stuff never would have imagined.
Absolutely.
And the national anthem's an absolute banger too, so like took a lot of heavy inspiration from the legendary Brian May with his like Palace top shred guitar version of the anthem. We kind of did something similar to that and just sang our heads off on the grid, but it was an amazing experience.
Amazing. And before that you had what I imagine was probably one of your most nerve-wracking performances you've done, the Queen's Jubilee.
Yeah.
What was that experience like?
You know what, and I don't want to say this like annoyingly, but I didn't want to let nerves get the better of me. Do you know what I mean? There was of course like bubbling excitement and stuff like that, but backstage I was very much in the mindset of life's incredibly short, and this is definitely, well, who knows, but definitely going to happen once, so just enjoy every moment, because if you become like a bit fearful before you're going, that's a napkin, before you go out, like I don't know, you're doing like, I think the song performance was like 4 minutes long, so that just goes by in the blink of an eye, and if you're nervous for that, you can't get that back. Like, you just got to go out there and remember that we are incredibly small. That new telescope helps as well, like seeing out and going, Jesus, why am I nervous? Like, just go out and sing your heart out and enjoy it.
Absolutely. I mean, have you looked back on the journey so far? Have you had time to kind of stop and look at what everything's been like since Eurovision?
Definitely. We all, like everyone in the team kind of reminds each other regularly, like of these amazing milestones that we're privileged enough to experience. Like, it was only this time last year I was at Boardmasters and I wanted to go and see the Kooks, but I couldn't get into their tent because it was full, and yesterday that happened for us.
Amazing. At
Tramlines, and I was singing on the stage, just sort of looking up. Well, it would have been into the clouds, but it wasn't. It was into the canvas. But just like saying thank you, thank you, thank you over and over again in my head, that this tent was full, and I was able to experience that with some lovely friends on stage and lovely team backstage.
Yeah, absolutely. So, debut album, October, there's nothing but Spaceman. What can you tell us about what people can expect, what it's going to sound like?
I'll tell you next week when I finish it. Like, we have a day off tomorrow, and then it's into the studio and just singing non-stop until that album is done.
Amazing. Has it been a good experience then?
Yeah, an amazing experience. It's like, I didn't really know I was making the album. Like last year I wrote about 100 songs, and not all of them good. A lot of them were, you know, that's just the nature of writing songs. But some really like some of my favourites we've put together for an album. So it's almost like we didn't sit down and go, right, I've got to write an album. It's done. You're just like curating the thing. Like you've got this collection of work and you're putting it together now, and then making the final touches, and then listening back to ones and going, God, that line's a shock. I'll have to change that next week.
Amazing. Well, we can't wait to hear it. Have an amazing set today.
Thank you so
much for your
much.
time.
Bless you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me. Peace, enemy.